Greetings! Welcome to the stream. Let me just turn the monitoring off so you don't hear the echo. There we go. Hello! Welcome to the stream. Long time, a week or so I think, since I've broadcasted anything on here and have visited my lovely city of Portment. Actually, that's not quite true. I admit I've snuck in a couple of times off stream. I haven't been able to stream over the last week for various reasons. So this is the first time I have been able to get back into the city broadcasting live to you, dear viewer. And we're doing all right. The city of Portment is mimicking real life. It's chucking it down. It's chucking it down outside. It's chucking it down in the game. So that's another reason I'm just sitting here. I'd rather be outside, to be honest. I've been stuck indoors for way too long with these stupid storms and rain and wind, and it's boring. Yeah, I'd rather be outside. But I'm not, so I'm here with you, playing the game, watching my population grow. 87,000. Are we going to get the 90 today? That's the question. Because we've been in this position before. We were nearly at 90,000, and then it all dropped off a cliff. But I think this time it's going to be okay. There's a fire there. What's burning? The medical clinic. Oh dear. We've got helicopters coming over. And we've got a fire engine responding, so that's okay. So, what's going on in the city? Well, nothing much has changed in terms of its development since the last time I was on stream. And we've got the Riverside residential property going up here, hasn't expanded any further. We've got a decline in industry, although there's a demand for it. We've got no demand for residential, we've got demand for commercial. We've got commercial district over here, which is all well and good, all absolutely fine and dandy. I'm putting in this defensive barrier here to try and mitigate the effects of any tsunamis that may come in, because that was something I started in the last stream and I've continued that. So we've got quite a fairly deep trench here, and then we've got a built-up wall of earth which goes higher than the ground level, and then another trench on the other side to catch anything that spills over. That's the plan. How much of an effect that will have, I don't know. I think it will at least reduce the impact of a tsunami on the city. I don't think it will necessarily eliminate it, so we'll have to wait and see on that front. So there is a bit of an issue with regard to industry here, in that there is a lot of abandoned industry. There's a lot of complaints about not enough buyers, so we need to extend commerce, which we can do over here. And there is demand for commerce. There's no demand for residential zones, but the population is increasing at the moment. I think the reason there's no demand is that I zoned everything with the idea of 90,000 in mind, and then we had a drop off. So lots of vacant houses, basically, so which are being refilled. So that's fine. So what we'll do now is just start off by zoning in some more commerce to try and address the problem that business has. So we've got this sort of little loop here and a branch off it. What I'm going to do is another one of those. So I'm going to come off about here and run that up to about there. And then we're just going to loop around. We could join the loop. No reason why not. Well, there probably is. But never mind. Oh, go away, stupid chirper. You can probably turn that off, can't you? So, yeah, I'm going to go back here. Just going to go down there, and then I'm going to take that down to there. Then we're going to zone all of that as commerce. So we've got quite a substantial commercial district here now. Let's bring the water up. We'll see if that makes any difference at all. Access might be an issue. We do have underground access, but that's over here, not over here. I think I've got a bus route here. Do I have a bus route? That's a good question. No, I don't think I do. Doesn't look like it, does it? Public transport. No, it's traffic, sorry. Public transport's that one. Ah! Yeah, that's just doing the same. No, so I don't think we necessarily have a bus route here, so that might be something to consider. Could improve pedestrian access with another pedestrian bridge. We've got the station there, so that might be worthwhile if we bridge over here. Ooh, what did I just do? Ooh, screenshot. I hit the wrong button. I didn't know I could do that. I have learned something today. Right, I'm just going to bridge the motorways. Like so. I'm just going to bring a footpath around like that. That does give pedestrian access from the station and the metro station there over into this side of the commercial district. So we're favouring public transport. Only moderately use that station. But you never know. With that foot link into the commercial zone, maybe that will improve its take-up. What's the use of the underground over here? Nothing. Really? Nothing. No one's using the metro over here. Can this be turned off? Can Chirper be turned off? Because it is absolutely infuriating. No. It's just the look. Oh well. $88,000. So we've got some abandoned industry over here in the polluting industrial area. So yes, it's another commercial district that's gone in.
The Coast Guard is warning of a tsunami approaching the area. Residents should avoid
okay.
waterfronts.
We have a tsunami coming in, so this and a sinkhole. Ha!
Residents should take precautionary
Oh crikey! Rightio. So we've got a tsunami and a sinkhole approaching. Good grief! Right, well there's the tsunami. This is a big one. It's a number 8 on the intensity scale. I think this is going to overwhelm my meagre defences. In fact, while waiting, maybe. Oh, there's a sinkhole. It's out of the way, that's fine.
Sinkhole has occurred somewhere in the city. Stay out of harm's way and contact authorities with any information.
That is not a problem. Right, let's focus on this. I might see if I can just increase the height of this defensive barrier, because I don't think this is going to be anywhere near enough. And it probably still won't be anywhere near enough. Because we've got all that water coming in, it's got to go somewhere, and I think it's just going to overwhelm everything. Plus the fact I probably don't have time to get this built. How close is it? Getting there. I wish this rain would go away. In real life as well as in the game. I shouldn't complain too much. I mean, I'm complaining, but there are people who are flooded. So, in real life, I can't complain. It's just a bit miserable, that's all. So yeah, just trying to build up this defensive barrier, which is going to get overwhelmed. Question is, how much is it going to get overwhelmed by? The answer is probably a lot.
The Coast Guard is warning of a tsunami approaching the area. Residents should avoid roads and waterfronts.
Population is 88,712. I could sound the alarms and get people to evacuate, but I'm not going to. I tend to find evacuation, unless it's, you know, something major. I mean, a tsunami is major, but it's not going to hit the heart of the city because of the location. This is not going to be anywhere near enough. There is a small secondary barrier, but even that might get overwhelmed. How are we doing? We're getting somewhere. The tsunami is just breaking land now. I'm running out of time. It's even on the other side, actually. I haven't seen that before. I don't have defences on the other side. Well, crumbs, don't do that. Why have you done that? Do that while I'm landscaping. I'll get a huge weird line of.
Tsunami has struck the city.
Yeah.
Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes.
That will be because there's a fire tower in the forest. That is my last minute warning that it is coming. Okay, it's not very level, not at this point anyway, but it's higher than it was. The water will have to do something. Some of it will get blocked, some of it will go down to the river, the rest of it will probably just go around and over. So its impact might be lessened, but eliminated? No. Oh, I wish this rain would stop in this city. It makes it so difficult to see what I'm doing. Right, here it comes. It's here. Let's see what the effect is then. We've got a breach over this side. This is big. This is going to get overwhelmed. Completely and utterly overwhelmed. Right, we've hit the channel. Straight away, straight over. Yeah, even its highest point, it's breached. Completely and utterly breached. Into the channel it goes. And it's just swamping straight over even the elevated section. Because the water has to go somewhere, so it's just building up. Into the secondary channel. Over the hill it goes, and out of the channel, and it just carries on. So this is not suitable for a level 8 tsunami. There is a small secondary barrier just here. It'd be interesting to see how much less. I mean, the water, it is channeling water. It's definitely channeling some water and limiting its impact. Which is important, you know, it's made a difference. All this water here has been stopped. It's just obviously not enough to completely curtail the impact. The water is heading out this way. It probably will hit this residential area. Incidentally, that building's still on fire. Is that the same one? Oh no, it's the next one. Never mind. Ignore me. So this is still quite a substantial wave. We have a small, very small barrier just here. It's not going to do much. This is still a significant wave. It's been lessened, but it is still quite something. As we go over here, the wave has hit the road, but it's not going to get too much further, so that's not too bad. The water here, well, it's just staying within the banks, or maybe just edging over it. We're just clipping the edge of this residential development. This is going to destroy the toll booths. And the train's going to go through. That train is determined. It's going to make it to the station. Wouldn't bother. There we go. Determined train. Waves moved a bit. I can go forward. Right, here it comes. So, this is a very tiny elevation. This is not going to do much at all. This is going to get flooded out. The question is, how much of a disaster is it going to be? Should we take the graphics off? There we go. It's destroyed the toll booths as I thought. How many houses are we going to lose? Maybe I should have evacuated. There we go, it's hitting the barrier. And the barrier is just might as well not be there. Well, there we go. It's flooding, but the barrier is doing something. No, the barrier is doing something. It got swept over, but it is holding back a significant portion of water. Up down there, anyway. I mean, here there's a different matter, but down here, it's pushed back. Here the wave is still going. That car better hurry up. Drive, drive, drive! No, it couldn't quite make it. There we go. So we still have a major impact here, but no demolition like we saw with the toll booths. But this is the biggest, most powerful part of the wave by the looks of it. Are we going to lose anything? Yeah, you're not going very far, bus. You might as well stop. The bus is determined as well. It's going for a swim. Gosh. Well, I'm not seeing anything falling down, which is good. The wave is continuing. It's obviously going to flood the station and the town hall. But yeah, nothing is collapsing. Not like the 12 toll booths. Nothing is demolished. We still have a significant wave though. But as we can see, the residential areas here are already dry again. So the barrier has done something. It's done a job. We've got a lot of water in these channels just flowing down into the river. So there's definitely been some help. It's just not enough for a level 8. A smaller tsunami, that might have been a different case. The road is just about escaping now. Tiny little bit of flood, but nothing to write home about. It's a puddle on the road. It's going to hit the power plant and the recycling centre. As long as it doesn't demolish the power plant, we should be okay. So we did something there. Is that the toll booths or is that something else? Right, we've got a sewage problem. I wonder what's that? Why is there a sewage problem? We lost a sewage outlet. It's a possibility, I suppose. Right, as the water carries on up the riverfront properties on the lower lands are going to get flooded, and we can see that here. The bridge is under. Is it? It's going to submerge this bridge. All of this area is going to go under. There it goes. It's going to take that bridge out. Well, it's not going to take it out, but it's going to submerge it. And that road. The bus just making it through there. Oh no, it's going to stop at the bus stop, even though it's going to flood. There he goes, cut off. Okay, that didn't go quite as high as I thought it might, so that's something. I initially thought that was going to come up and the flood. Is that the theatre? Yeah. Is it going to take out the railway line for a bit? Train is determined to get across before it does. Or we're just going to be okay in terms of the railway bridge. Looks like it. That's good. So the railway line's carried on. How's the flood over here? A few abandoned places. We've got a fire over there. The water stretched right into the commercial zone. A little bit of demolition there. That's an earthquake sensor, so we can rebuild that. Very important. As we go along here, we will see this all flood. This always does. Even with a minor tsunami, this all floods. What's interesting is how high it will be, considering this is a level 8. Normally we don't get above this road because it's quite a hill, but here we are. Just a puddle though. Just a puddle. This is quite a hill. Oh, we lost something there. The school's gone. Potentially the high school will go as well. Footpath is completely submerged. We've got flooding on the other side of the river. Again, not a surprise. This side is slightly higher than this side, but it's a frequent area for flooding. short of building up the riverbank, there's not much I can do about that. There we go. High school's now starting to flood. Will it demolish? I suspect it will. It's almost completely submerged. Not quite. Well, there we go. Yeah, we are. The front of the building, anyway, is now, well, yeah, pretty much completely submerged. Tiny bits escaping there, but is that something falling down? Did I hear a rumble of something collapsing? Right, let's repair the school here. Oh, we can't yet. We need to wait for helicopters, I think. Fortunately, the high school looks like it will survive. Okay, floodwaters are just coming back as they run off the hill. It's just flowing back down this street. There we go. So just wait for the floodwater now just to trickle out of the roads and the properties, and everything can get back to normal. I think this will be the last area to worry about. And then we don't have too much river right on the edge of the river, and we've got a bit of bank as well, so hopefully that'll be okay. From here on, the water's just flowing back. Helicopters are out. Can I rebuild that yet? No, they haven't been there yet. There we go, helicopters are coming down here. And the water is receding. There we go. That's the end of the disaster. There we go, last of the water. And this side, it's a little bit flooded, but it should be receding.
A tsunami has struck the city.
It looks like we've got a pool of water there that is stuck.
Until the water recedes.
Okay. Small population hit after that event, but we've got growth in population, so that's okay. That's ready for rebuilding. Let's rebuild that and keep everyone happy. The water seems to be trapped behind this building, so I'm going to knock it down. Hopefully that'll let the water out. Hopefully, he says. Or is it just going to pool there? I don't know. There we go. Water's flowing out now. Quite a bit of water there, just flowing out. It's temporarily flooding these properties, but they should be alright. That'll rebuild in its own time. And now we're going to evaluate the damage over here. We've got to wait for the damage report as well. Let's see. The flooding's still occurring a bit here. Just where the water's pooled in. We've got pump trucks, maybe, coming? I don't know. Yeah. Pump trucks are out in force. Let's have a look at that report again. So we've got the toll booths here. Need repairing. Rebuild. And rebuild. So, in terms of that defence, not sufficient. Not for a level 8 or above. Did it help? Undoubtedly, yes. But not enough. Certainly not enough. How could I improve it? Is it worth trying to improve it? Well, we can continue with levelling it out. Because why not? The only other option really is to deepen the channel, I suppose. Make it even higher and deepen the channel. And probably a secondary line as well. I've got the small secondary defensive line, but it's not much. It's quite a high barrier. The problem is, as I want to extend the city over here, is accessing through it, I'll have to bridge over or tunnel under. And the problem with going deeper is, of course, we've got a limit to how deep we can go because of the river. But we can go deeper, particularly this side. So as it breaches, it collapses down into a lower trench. But the issue really is capacity. There's a huge amount of water that comes over. Massive amount of water. And it's got to go somewhere. Right, population's nearly at 99,000, which is good. It's still growing despite the disaster. There's going to be a limit to how much I can do on this trench as well, because I've got the motorway there. I realise this doesn't make for a very thrilling stream, and maybe I should focus on other areas of the city now we've had the disaster. Maybe I'll do that. I mean, I suppose a secondary peak could help, because the peak definitely pushed some water back. So if you had two peaks, that might help. Right, what's going on with sewage? Sewage treatment is a little bit under capacity. So we're just going to put in some water treatment plants. Just going to put another one. No, hang on. Where does the water treat? Does this site not have a water treatment plant? That's surely all connected, isn't it? Maybe not. It's all coming out of this one. No. Can't possibly. That'd be ridiculous. Well, what I'm going to do is put a new one in. I'm going to put it here. What I'm going to do is get rid of that. Don't use those anymore. Pop that in there. Come on, I had it just then. There we go. One of those in there. Just going to make sure that's all properly connected because I'm not convinced it is. There we go. We'll see if that just solves that little problem. There's a tiny dip in population just there. Let's hope that's not a sign of a decline, an imminent decline. So -12, -34. That's 83. We don't want that to start declining now, as we're getting so close to the 90,000 mark. So that turns around. It says, come on. Right, there's demand for industry, but I don't quite get why. Because we've still got complaints about not enough buyers. We've still got some abandoned units. They should just fill those up. Still some demand for commerce. This commercial zone seems to be doing all right. Maybe we'll extend again. So we do another loop. Space occupied. What are you talking about? Talking about space already occupied. Don't give me that. Stupid thing. So I do the same sort of layout as before. Zone that is commercial. So this is becoming a major commercial district. At some point we're going to have a problem with access. We could bring a road. Well, that roundabout's pretty limited. There's a bit of space here. We can just put some commerce in there as well, I think. It's watered, yeah. How's this stop doing now? 101, station 90. It's not massive. And this one, 195. That's better. That was showing 0 earlier. I have no idea why that was showing 0. That was crazy. It might be worth having a bus service. A bus service. Don't ask. I have no idea. A bus service, just looping around, maybe. Well, we'll let it run for a bit. 89,000. We have just under 1,000 to go before we hit the next milestone of 90,000 people. It's not too far. Just need to see that population keep going the right way. See, what's the problem over here? What are they all complaining about? Low land value. Polluting buildings nearby. Well, it's a polluting industry, I'm afraid. And right next to a hypermarket, I suppose that doesn't help. I guess that reduces land value, does it? I don't actually know. I'm speculating. But, you know, commerce. So why do you care about what the land value is as long as you get your customers? Weird. Looks like we've got a lake after that tsunami. I wonder if that'll dry out or if that's just going to be there forever now. If it is going to remain there, then it's a good thing I built the bypass as an elevated highway. I suspect it'll disappear. I did once upon a time have a lake in this circle here, an artificial one. I dug a great big hole, put a water outlet in there and tried to fill it up, and all it did was dry out. So I filled it in. That is why there's a circular path there. There's a bit of its legacy, if you like. Come on, 89,002, 89,005. We're just hovering at the moment. We just need another 1,000. Industry as demand. Where am I going to put more industry? We're actually seeing that the abandoned industry is almost non-existent now. Still got a few complaints about not enough buyers, even though I've extended this commercial zone massively. What's the fire coverage like over here? Non-existent. Well, that's not very good, is it? Let's pop a fire station in. Particularly since that building's on fire. And let's put police coverage in. Okay, just keep them happier. We've got some abandoned stuff over here. Oh, this is residential abandoned. Why are they abandoned it? Sewers are backing up. Oh well, okay. Well, that's solved. So hopefully they'll come back. I could demolish them and hopefully they'll rebuild. There we go. That'll keep the neighbours happy anyway. Oh, we just dropped down, look. Lost 210, 207. Just dropped down below that 89,000. There is a massive demand for industry now. And the abandoned industrial units have reduced significantly, although there is a complaint about not enough buyers. Let's just have a little look at land values. Is that one? Yeah. Yeah, not very good over here. I'm hoping this will improve. I've been riverside properties. Still got massive land values over here. The city centre really is the place to be. Central interchange is doing well, although the monorail bus hub is almost pointless. Sure, the buses are doing okay, but the monorail is nah. If we look at budgets and we look at transport, buses are running at a loss. Metro is running at a profit. Mainline trains are running at a significant loss. And the metro, well, it's hardly used. In fact, I don't really know why I run it. It's not like I'm struggling for funds, so if I was, that would be probably one of the first things to shut down. I do like the Skyline. This industrial unit, which by complete luck is built up on a hill with the skyscrapers up there. I think it looks brilliant. Really nice. But I need to find somewhere else to put more industry. We've got demand for it. Where am I going to zone more industry? I've been trying to pack it in. I could take out that commerce there and zone that as industry, just to keep it sort of a theme that industry is this side and commerce is this side of the the bypass. Yeah, could do that. If I zone that as commerce, then it will minimise the impact. And then we'll take this out and rezone as industry. Got to get this population growing again. We were so close. 89,000 and change. And we just dropped off by about 500. 400 maybe. Let's look at the demographics. We're getting an aging population again. We've got 22,000 young adults coming up to replace the seniors. But seniors is still a significant part of the population. What's education like? Not that one. Education? No. Could do with another elementary school. We could do another high school. University is fine. Library isn't really used that much. Put a library in over here to increase the value of the place. We've got high school here. We've got an elementary school. Yeah, next to it. Let's just have an overview. Are there any obvious gaps? There isn't. Well, actually, there's not an obvious gap per se, but we can put another one in over here. Pop an elementary school in there, just to see if we can improve that situation. Again, we're just dropping back down to 88,000. This is such a shame, so disappointing. We're so close to getting to that 90,000, and then we're just edging back again. This is exactly what happened before, except closer. Before I got to about here, 88,000, then we started dropping off. We ended up back down to about 75 before it all started climbing again. And we got to 90,050 or something. No, sorry, 89,050 or something like that. And then we're just dropping off again. Yeah, not enough workers over here. I expected that would be a problem. I'm going to bring the road off this roundabout here. Can I bridge the motorway? Come on. Just going to bridge that. Just to improve access, hopefully. And should we draw a bus line into there as well? I think that would be worthwhile. Buses, bus stop. We're going to have a bus stop just here near the metro. And what it'll do, it'll just loop around the roundabout. And we'll just go down. I'll refine where the bus stops are going to go in a minute. Or we'll just put a few in. Just for now, we're just going to create a loop. We'll probably branch it around a little bit more, but that just creates a line and that gets it going. So let's see. How shall I do it? Bring a bus stop down here, and then it can loop around there, and then we'll do the same here. Now, why are you going down there? That's a question. Like that. Take that one out. And just move that across. Now, why does it want to loop down there? That's really interesting. A bit strange. Okay. Just going to put a stop in here as well on these ends. So we've got a bus service looping around the whole thing, which hopefully improve accessibility once the buses arrive, and it's particularly since it stops right near the metro. A lot of people using the footbridge, which is nice. Good to see. And the number of passengers going into this metro station is increasing, which is also nice to see. Don't know when the buses are going to arrive. Hopefully they'll arrive soon. So pedestrian usage of this footbridge is non-existent because it doesn't actually connect. That was stupid. Can I get that to connect properly? Does that connect now? I don't know if that counts as connected or not. It's connected this side, definitely, but nobody's using it. I might just redraw the footpath here. Now on a straight line. Yeah, see, that's just not connecting in. What's it doing? That's as close as I can get it. Short of doing that. And then that's going to be way too steep. Can I just bring that back? I think that's going to be a bit steep, but we'll see. I don't know if that's connected better. I'd expect people to use it. It's near a metro station. It takes you into the commercial district. Why would you use this one and not that one? Right, we've got buses going around now, which is nice. Nobody on it, mind you. Give them time. They've only just arrived. There are a couple of people getting on, so they are going to be used, hopefully. So I hope that improves the accessibility, and let's just look at the metro line, because maybe we can bring a line over. So we're coming off there and we're going to this one, we're looping around that way. I could bring a station in down here. It would be nice if it can go on a corner. That way. Now, I have to bring that in somehow. Let's put a curved track in. Come on. So we could change the nature of this track here to become a loop. Maybe. So truck comes in, goes round, just following this arrow. It comes in, goes here, and then carries on. That's a different line. So it loops around and then goes all the way back down to Portland Central. Don't have a name for these metro stations, that's fine. So hopefully that will improve the connectivity and keep these people, these commercial units, happier in terms of number of workers. That's the intention. Still, nobody's using my footbridge, which is disappointing. I thought that would be more useful. It seems not. That's demanding workers as well, so it looks like we've got an access problem here. Where does public transport go for here? There's a bus stop there, and there's a bus stop there. If I can cut through with a footpath, just do it at the end here. I'm going to take that one out for now. And dezone. And I'm going to take, I don't know, take those out. Just dezone those bits. Now I want a footpath to go between the two areas. But we're on a bit of a hill, so it might be awkward. We'll see. How does that look? It's a bit all over the place. Let's just get a little bit of landscaping just to straighten that out. Let's bring that in. Can't bring that up. Too close to the building, maybe. Let's demolish it then. Ah, wow, there you go. Problem solved. So a little bit of a cut through there, and we can just rezone. Here and here. Nice, that just makes that a little bit more accessible for pedestrians that want to walk. It's a little bit steep. A little bit steep. That's a little bit better. We'll see if it gets used, I don't know. Right, well, I'm quite disappointed the population has dropped down to 87,600. And we were so close to get to 90. Ah, it's infuriating. Really infuriating. Hopefully we'll solve the little access problem where people can't get here. I'd like to think putting a metro station there would improve that, and we've got a bus service doing the loop. We haven't got a bus service actually coming in. Right, the idea is you take the metro in and then hop on the bus. That's the theory. Theory and practice, who knows. Driving in, I suppose, is a little bit more tricky. But you've got the big roundabouts to get into there. Straight through road here, and another roundabout access here. What's the traffic flow like? A little bit of congestion. Nothing too bad. The whole area around here, there's nothing too bad in terms of congestion. So you should be able to drive in. It's just a little bit out of the way, I guess. in terms of residential areas, the nearest is this area down here. So I suppose workers, they're a little bit far away. So I could think about putting some residential areas in over here. So I'm going to have to think about another roundabout access off this this bypass, because we're already quite full in terms of where things are going. This is what happens when you don't really plan your city and things grow organically. You really have to sort of make things work, which is a bit awkward sometimes. But yeah, I think a residential area in this sort of section would be good. I think we need to sort out this. Just flatten that out. Former earthquake damage. Just create a nice flat area. Yeah, this is all former earthquake damage, which you know, I don't normally do too much in terms of landscaping, but because that's what it was, I don't think that's going against principle. Trouble is, I can put a new residential area in over here, but we haven't got a huge demand for residential areas. That's the conundrum, if you like. Right then, question is, how people... Oh look, we've got a pool of water here. So let's pause the game. I'm just going to redo the motorway here. We might as well repair the whole lot. That was easy. Motorways, 3 lanes. It's highway. Yeah, highway, that's one. 3 lanes, 1 way. Okay. And 3 lanes, 1 way. And train. Okay, that's back up there. Okay, carry on. Yeah, the population decline is disappointing. I thought I had that flattened. We've got water pouring out now. That'll dry out, but still. Right, I'm going to do that again. Track is flat, but the motorway wasn't. So let's just make sure this area is all level. Or at least a level-ish. Can I build on water? Well, genius, you can't. Where's the water? I don't see water. That side is fine and looks okay. Play the game. There we go. That will dry out. Don't even see it now. The thing is, if I'm building residential, I need some barrier, really, don't I? Right, first things that I need to think of is, where am I going to put the access? That's the nearest roundabout onto the bypass, which is getting congested. Could have another one. It's a bit soon. I could cut under and join one of these roads. So it's really, we come off here, we need to have another roundabout, and then we go round into the commercial area. So let's think about that. Let's have a small roundabout in first. Keep it elevated for the time being. Right. Again, I'm going to pause. I'm just going to rethink this whole area, this whole junction. Because I can't get the roundabout in any earlier unless I make my own, which is an option. I'm going to put it in there. I'm just going to go. So you come round. This is going to be an awkward turn, admittedly. Okay. Then what? Go round the roundabout. Come off. Bridge. The motorway. And then you have to come round. Connect onto there. This can carry on as it was. Just rezoning the commercial that I just destroyed there. And then we've got a route for the residential area here. So it's complicated. The junction here needs to raise up a bit. It looks weird. And then we'll probably find this is too steep. So once again, I'm just going to redo that bit. Yeah, too steep. There we go. It's weird. It's the landscape is the issue. This might end up being upgraded in terms of road capacity to 3 lanes, but for now it's fine. And then we're going to bring that down into a new residential area. As soon as I determine where I can, I think I want it coming straight off. I don't think I want anything else. I think I'll go down like this. And then I want the riverside aspect. So let's curve it around. Okay, and then we'll branch everything else off that. So that's a zone right to the front first of all. Now, of course, we do have the risk of flooding again. It's high bank, so for the most part, it shouldn't be too bad. Let's get some water in there. And we'll probably need to run a power line. We might not need to, depends where they start building. If we start building over there, then we're going to need a power line. Oh, no, that didn't connect. No. You've got to connect to the roundabout. Space already occupied. Don't give me that nonsense. Sometimes just moving the roundabout slightly can make the difference. Not in this case, though. If we bring it out over here, maybe. Just make it a bit bigger. Let's see if that makes any difference. Yes, it does. There we go. Let's give it a bit more space to connect. Now, they complain they haven't got power because they decided to build in the middle of nowhere, which wasn't very clever. But hey ho. Let's go across the river and connect up here. That won't be needed forever. Once it's built out, I think we'll get a connection from this side. Maybe. We've got a real decline in the population. I'm really disappointed. I was really hoping we'd get to the 90,000, and I can say now it's not going to happen because I'm going to call the stream soonish. So it's really disappointing that we just got this fairly significant decline in population, which I guess again is going to be aging people. Let's see, we've got quite a high population of seniors, which I think is where the problem is. And this is the story of the city. It grows and it swings back as the seniors die off, and it grows and it swings back and it grows and it swings back. So I think this is the latest swing back. We got closer to 90,000 this time. The last time we had this, we got up to about 87, I think I said it was. Maybe 86. And then we went right back. We lost 10,000. This time we've gone up to 89, just over, and now we're on a downward slope again. It's not like this. It's a worry for the city in terms of its, we could sustain a fair drop in population. I've got a healthy income. I've got a healthy balance. So in terms of that, there's no problem. It's just I wanted to hit the next milestone. That was all it was. And it's not going to happen unless there's a massive sudden reversal. I'm surprised this isn't building out quicker. This new residential area. In fact, what I should have done is made these a little bit nicer. Upgrade. People are going to live here after all. Let's put some trees on the road. There we go. Okay, it's a little bit out of the way, I guess. But you've got industry on your doorstep. You've got commerce almost on your doorstep. You've got a station just there. So the station access isn't brilliant. You've got to go up onto the roundabout and then down again. Much I can do about that with the current road layout, which is crazy. Let's put a school in, because they're going to want education. So I'm going to put in, well, elementary school capacity is good at the moment. High school capacity is okay, but I'm going to put one in anyway. We'll do it down here. This side. And then I'm going to put high school in as near to opposite. Well, I can't do opposite because I've got a curved road. Let's bring a road up, and then we'll call it school road. Just a small road. Let's just think where we can fit one in, and then we'll put the road in for it. So it can fit in about here. So if I do a road just here, hopefully we can fit the school in. Makes it a little bit weird, but hey ho, it's fine. There we go. Maybe I should put the primary school in there as well. What if it'll fit? Yeah, it will. Okay, let's put that there, and then we can rezone that as residential. That just makes a little bit more sense, I think. I'm actually going to name this road. I'm going to call it School Lane. Yeah. And fire coverage, yeah, that's non-existent, so let's put fire station in. I will put that down there, actually, because it's near the motorway. It's not the most attractive part for residents, so I'll put that in down there. And a police station. And I'm going to put some leisure in, make it a nice place to live. What have we got here? Dog park, could do. Playground. Squeeze that in anywhere around here? No. We can put a playground in here though. It's not too far from the schools, that's quite nice. What else have we got? Small park next to it. Call that small, crikey. Yeah, put one of them in there. Why not? Why not? Let's make it nice. A little bit out of the way, but you've got all your local amenities. We can branch off here. Just go across. Up that way? Maybe up that way a bit? Maybe? Let's see, because my thinking is a tennis court. As soon as I remember where the devil I put the tennis courts. Well, I didn't put them anywhere. Where the game puts them, there they are. Tennis? Anyone for tennis? I usually put the basketball court in as well, so it looks like that'll fit. There we go. So they've got things to do. Keep them entertained in a little corner of the city. I've got no way into the city centre without driving at the moment, which is a problem. Maybe a bus route, maybe an extension to the metro. Nearest metro is over at the station. Could have a footpath. Could we have a footpath along there, along the side of the railway? That'd be nice. Footpath. Yeah, why not? Just going to pop that in there. And where should we get to that footpath from? Should we go from down here? Oh, don't give me a space already occupied nonsense. I don't really like placing footpaths for that reason. Let's turn off snapping because that's not quite aligning as I want it to. Okay, so what do you reckon about there? And then we'll just come across here. There we are. So the idea is you can take a nice walk along the railway, and then we'll just come off the railway up here. That's connected, I think. Yeah, in the shadow, but it's connected. And then you can just walk up to the station. There's a bit of a walk, but that's okay. Keep those legs moving. And it just means you're not having to walk on the roads around the roundabout. Do you have pavements on the roundabout? Yeah, you do. If I upgrade that to a 3-lane road, then it won't. Because that'll be a motorway. Great. Okay. We're down to 85. 600, 700, just under. How disappointing. Well, I'll hopefully see some more people moving in, but there's not really the demand. There's demand for industry, and I'm just trying to think where I'm going to put it. Commercial demand is increasing again. We're becoming a very industrialised city. What's the situation over here? We've got a bit of an industrial area over this way, but we've got such a maze of roads. Trying to figure out where I'm going to put another bit in is tricky. I could use this space. Should we do that? Let's use this space here. This is unused at the moment. Right, I've got to think. You can only go in one way. So what we'll do is we'll say you can come off there. Should we go join the roundabout, or do we join the 6-lane road? There's a question. I think joining the roundabout would make more sense, wouldn't it? This is not the nicest place to get to. Really, I should be coming off here, I think. That'll be the way in, or one of the ways in. Save you having to go around the loop. You can also come in from here. And then you have to go down there. Okay. We'll zone that as offices. And the idea being that maybe that'll be fewer trucks needed. I don't know if that's true. But we have a lot of traffic around here. A middling little residential zone in the middle of all this. That's a legacy one. We'll leave it there for now. Surprised people still live there. It's not the nicest place to live. But hey, if you work in the forestry industry, it's a great place to live, I suppose. What's the... Well, people are happy. Got a metro station right next door to them. Right, so we've got some offices going up there that might become high-tech at some point. It won't at the moment. We'll just see how that impacts the industrial demand. How's my power supply? It's starting to get a little bit low. Might need to put in a new generator. In which case, again, it's just thinking, where's it going to go? Well, I've got power here, so we could pop a new one of those in here. Be careful not to bring that round too much, because we've got residential over here, and these are noisy. We do have a lot of traffic here, don't we? Let's adjust the junction here. This one is going left only. This one is going right. Oh, what was that? Sounded like something collapsed. Maybe burning? I don't know what that crash was. Curious. Not entirely sure. They're going to want waste disposal, so we need to put a recycling centre in. Where am I going to pop that? Over here. We'll, what way should we go? Oh, just come around back here. Garbage disposal, recycling centre. That will want power. There we are. But yeah, I do expect this to get a little bit busy and will need upgrading. We could do a cemetery over here. No, that was right. Health, cemetery. Yeah, we haven't got any cemeteries over here, so let's pop one of those in. Where shall we pop that? In there? Can it squeeze in there? Yes, it can. Cut off its power. Possibly. Okay, power is linked, so that's fine. Everything's powered properly. And the other thing is this doesn't come off the roundabout, and I just run it right through. I want that footpath to be a little bit closer to the tracks. Or I line it with trees as well. Let's line it with trees, that'd be quite nice. Small trees. I'm just going to do it between each lamppost. I just messed up my alignment. No, no, no. There we go. That looked nice. Nobody's using it, but it looks nice. They're all going following the road. I don't quite understand why, but they are. Maybe I go too far down. Maybe I should branch the footpath off here. I'll take out that house. Dezone it for a minute. And then take a footpath from here down there. That might work better. It might not. Hey, the sun's coming out. I don't know why they'd want to walk on the road and roundabout if they can take the footpath. Oh, I forgot to put that bridge back in, didn't I? Oh, it doesn't matter because it went round there. Excuse me. So that can go. There's a lot of people walking across, I suppose. That's one reason they're going up there. Oh, there's someone there. Yay! A couple of people are using it. Hooray. Let's go and have a little look. Where are we? Where am I? What's my path gone? Here it is. Yeah, that's nice. I'll just take a stroll alongside the railway line to get to the station. Bit of a climb. And then it's busy. And then we're at the station. So that's quite nice. There we go. People are using it now. So it was access to it was the problem. It wasn't where people wanted to go. They don't really want this bit. But from here, that's a different matter. Right, well, we've lost a fair amount of population. It's still dropping, so we're not hitting 90,000 today, which is unfortunate. But it's been a fun little session. We've had a tsunami. We've tested the tsunami defences, which are inadequate for a high-level event, like level 8 tsunami. That's these. But they did mitigate the disaster to some effect. So that was good. We extended the commercial district over here. Had a huge demand for commerce. We've put in a little bit more industry over here. What else have we done? And we started new residential development on this side of the river. Oh, great. Well, I'm going to save the game at this point. I just saved the game. I'm not going to save it again. We're going to quit at this point, purely because I was summing up. And I don't really want to deal with the aftermath of an earthquake right now. So, thank you very much for watching. Do hit the follow button and click the notification bell to make sure you know when I'm streaming. I do try and stream a little bit more often than I've done over the last week. Things just got in the way last week, but that's fine. But yeah, do pop back and see how Portman is developing and see if we can get to that 90,000 milestone. That would be nice and good. See how the new residential areas are developing. When we restart the game next time round, we'll see if the earthquake occurs or not. We've saved it just before the alert, so it might not. But if it does, we'll see what impact it has. I will try and do a bit more varied streams as well, because I've been very focused on this game. I've got other games on the go which I want to come back to, which includes Horace and includes Mark of the Ninja, and I want to start something retro. That was always the intention, to do retro stuff as well, and I've sort of neglected that side of things, so that'll all come back. So yeah, do make sure you follow and click the notification bell. Keep an eye on twitch.tv/basicallybenGB. Have a look on Twitter. It's the same name, @basicallybenGB, over there as well. And yeah, I'll say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again. Bye-bye.